everyone! Ooh, this is crooked. Hey everyone, it's DiabeticDanica, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. Basically, I asked you to ask me guys... What? Basically, I asked you to ask me questions on... Most of these are from Instagram, and so I'm just going to go through a couple and answer them. First question is from Catherine Hadessa. She says, what is your opinion on them not allowing the Vibe for people under 18? And when do you think they will release it? Just because it's just approved for under 18, it doesn't mean that your doctor can't prescribe it. I've heard of a lot of people still getting pumps or Dexcoms that are under the age, but their doctor prescribes it. Because I think it's just kind of like an FDA thing. The FDA is able to approve things for adults quicker than for kids, I think. And so it's just kind of that. So if your doctor is like, hey, they need this, then they can still prescribe it. So yeah, that's my thought on that. So ask your doctor and they might be able to do that for you. EMA133 says, blood sugar right now. I'm not going to check my blood sugar because I don't want to waste a strip because it's not time for me to check. But on my pump, it says I'm 209. I should probably check my blood sugar. Bah. Got my checker. I'm going to go ahead and check it so I can get some insulin because I don't want to be 209. I think I'm 209 from my run this morning. Usually when I run, I might go kind of high, or maybe I just did too much of a decrease in my basal because I do less insulin when I run, so I just might have done a little bit too much less, if that makes sense. But yeah. Oh, just kidding, Dex was wrong. I'm 132. So sometimes Dexcom is wrong. I'm 132 right now, which is nice because I don't want to be 209. So I'm gonna go ahead and calibrate this thing so that it's better. I'm so glad you asked me to check. Wow, that's awesome. Yet another example of why you shouldn't bolus off of your Dexcom, which, not gonna lie, sometimes I do, but just a little bit, not like full correction. Just if I see I'm super high and I want to come down, but if I had done that, that wouldn't have been good. Okay, back to the questions. Type 1 Girls said, have you ever had a really big issue with your pump? I did answer this in the live stream because these were initially questions for the live stream, but I know not everyone watches live streams, they're very long, so I thought I would answer in this video. I actually haven't had huge issues with my pump. I realize I've said in videos before, and I thought I should kind of clear this up, that I've had like, had to send in my pump and get another one a lot of times, but that wasn't ever like, it was completely broken. Like I've never had my pump non-functioning, or like I couldn't access it or anything like that. Like it's always been fully functioning when I send it back. The only reason I send it back is because the buttons are coming off, or I've gotten an error message a couple of times, and that's kind of like their sign that, hey, we need to just make sure it's okay and we'll send you another one. So yeah, I've never actually had a pump die on me, and I've never had to go back to Lantus or Levemir or anything like that, like a long-acting insulin. In the meantime, like I've always had my pump. So I'm super thankful for that because I've heard sometimes some other pump brands have completely broken on them and they can't use it. So that would be really scary. Maya's Flips 1717 says, hi Danica, I've been watching your YouTube videos for a while now and I love them. Thank you. My question is, does changing seasons affect your blood sugar? That's a really good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that before. Definitely, temperature affects my blood sugar. So I feel like kind of two different things. So when it's really hot out, my body uses insulin faster. So as far as I know, when you're warm, your vessels dilate, right? And so if you think about it, the insulin can go through quicker. At least that's how I think of it. So I end up going low a lot more when I'm really warm. On the flip side of that though, when I'm really cold, I feel like sometimes if I'm like shivering, I feel like I go low from that too. I haven't like for sure figured this out. I'm like kind of still trying to figure it out because when I was super cold, actually, this is horrible, but in undergrad at my university, I had to pay for heating, and so we were very stingy about it, and sometimes I would get a little shivery in my apartment, and I felt like I ran lower when that was kind of the case. I wasn't dying or anything, it wasn't that cold, but like I would have blankets on and just kind of be like, ugh, it's freezing. So yeah. So definitely like the temperature outside, or the temperature of me, I guess, wherever I am, definitely affects my blood sugar. aim.ob says, who or what motivates you to move on? P.S. Your videos help me so much. Thank you. Heart. Thank you. Who or what? A lot of things motivate me to move on. I think that life is always worth living. I think that life is precious and valuable, and each person has so much value. And so definitely my family, my friends, I really enjoy them and hanging out with them and being with them, and so that motivates me to take good care of myself. I think I'm also very much an internally motivated person though, so like I always want to be the best that I can and do the best that I can no matter what it is, and so in terms of diabetes, same type of thing, like I still want to do the best that I can at it. I also have a strong faith in God, and so I feel like my faith really keeps me moving. Like if I'm having a bad diabetes day, I can pray about it, and I feel like no matter what I'm going through, God has always been there for me, and so I really, really like that. Then I guess instead of a who, a what that motivates me is like, I don't know, I can answer this so many different ways. Like it could be rewarding myself and like celebrating anniversaries and being happy with good blood sugars and not tearing myself down when there's bad blood sugars, and taking time for myself to really enjoy life. But also it could just be in the sense of like, another thing that can motivate me is like really looking at data, like looking at my blood sugars, looking at my trends, kind of analyzing what I'm eating at what time and like why that should be affecting it this way and stuff like that could also motivate me because I can see a pattern and I can see that I can make a change, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do one more question. EDM Pool says, hey, I want to help my friend who's also diabetic in any way. Is there any tips that you would give me to help them even from doing the smallest thing? Thanks. I would say the best thing to help a newly diagnosed friend would be to treat them the same. My friends were really awesome and they weren't weird about it, which was awesome. So I would say another big thing besides just treating them the same as you always treat them is to be interested in diabetes. At least for me, this is what I like. So I don't want you to be concerned. I don't really respond well to that most of the time. Because I've had diabetes for so long, but I guess if you're newly diagnosed, some concern would be helpful. But it's more about like asking how you can help them, how you can be there for them, and just offering, you know, to do whatever they need, and then treating them the same, still joking around with them, still hanging out with them, still doing things with them. Don't ever be like, oh, should we not do this because of your diabetes? Because if they can't do it, they'll probably tell you. At least that's how it was for me. So treat them the same, but offer to help where you can. And don't pull the whole, are you okay thing every time they check their blood sugar, because I'm not a fan of that most of the time. Sometimes it's valid, but these are general thoughts. But I think it's super great that you want to be involved and help your friend. So that is everything. That's all the questions that I'm going to answer today. Thank you so much for asking them. I had a really good time answering them. So I'll see you guys soon. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.